There will be one statewide proposal on August 5th's primary election ballot. Phase out the personal property tax for some businesses. Proposal 1 is the final step to repeal the tax that small businesses pay on equipment and manufacturers pay on machinery. Money from the tax goes on to pay schools, fire, and police departments. In Proposal 1, you will be asked to approve a plan to reimburse local governments through a new assessment on manufacturers and money from the already existing use tax, which is collected on hotel rooms, rental cars, and items purchased outside of Michigan. This is not a tax increase for voters, but a tax cut for small businesses and manufacturers. While the ballot language doesn't actually mention the personal property tax, it is supporting a plan passed by lawmakers to phase out the tax. We are required to vote as part of the state's constitution. Sounds confusing? It really is. Buckle up, we're going to break this down. Currently, businesses pay taxes on their equipment each year, no matter how old it is. So, if a company bought a stamping press in 1930 and still uses it today, it has paid personal property taxes on that machine annually for 84 years. What different communities get from the personal property tax varies. For a city like Dearborn that has a lot of heavy manufacturing, the tax provides up to 17% of its revenue. So, how do you fund local services and still cut the tax businesses hate? That's where Proposal 1 flexes its muscles. Proposal 1 would end some personal property taxes, but the state would impose a new assessment on manufacturers to help finance communities. There are 3 components to the proposal. First, businesses with less than $80,000 of taxable personal property became exempt earlier this year. Second, new manufacturing personal property would become exempt in 2016. Third, all other manufacturing equipment would become exempt when it is 10 years old. With these exemptions, Michigan businesses would see their collective personal property tax bill drop by roughly $600 million a year by 2028. But that money funds communities. How would the $600 million be repaid? There are 2 funding sources. Manufacturers would make up 20% with an estimated $100 million assessment fee. The state would pay the additional 80%, or $502 million, to the communities from the general fund. The state would make up for this loss with additional revenue from expiring tax credits and a projected increase of money from the use tax. To distribute the money, the governor would appoint a new citizen board to make sure communities get the same funding they did under the PPT. Many organizations support the proposal, from manufacturers like Ford and General Motors to police and fire chiefs and politicians from both parties. A 2012 study suggests repealing the tax could generate between $190 and $450 million of additional business investments in Michigan. Municipalities say the new funding mechanism will guarantee them a stable amount of money each year. Under the current system, if a major manufacturer moves away, the community loses the funding. There is no organized opposition to the proposal, but supporters are concerned about confusion over the ballot proposal, as voters tend to reject what they do not fully understand. If Proposal 1 fails, the personal property tax phase-out approved by lawmakers will be reversed. So in review, Proposal 1 would allow taxes to be cut for small businesses by adding exemptions to the personal property tax and replacing it with a new fee on manufacturers. Local communities would maintain the same level of funding from the new fee and general fund money from the state. Remember to vote on August 5th and come to MLive for complete coverage and analysis of the ballot proposal.